Hey, what's up? This is lesson 1 by Mikey B, aka Can Artist. I'm going to teach you the first lesson on what you want to know about spray art. The first thing we're going to learn how to do is plan. It's just the most basic thing, the first thing I learned when I started doing this type of art, and that's the first thing I'm going to teach you. First of all, what you want to get is this type of paper, which is it's a kind of a thick, glossy type paper. What do you want to do? It doesn't matter exactly the size, not even the thickness. I do this on foam paper too. The most important part is that it's glossy because you want the paint to not be able to dry too fast. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna cut a piece. Usually when you get this type of paper, they come in bigger size. You're gonna cut a piece of whatever size you want it. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna choose a few colors that match well together. If you're gonna do a planet, you're gonna want to make sure that the colors are work well together, because you don't want to have like a gray and orange. You want to have colors that go well together. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna choose your lid for. This is gonna be the lid I'm choosing, which is pretty much the shape that you're gonna have for your planet. What I like to do is to set it in the space that I want to have it, and spray a little layer on top. So when you take it out, you kind of see the shape. Like you can tell pretty much where the planet is going to be, and it gives you an idea of where you want to spray. Especially if you're going to do like landscapes, you don't want to put the layers of paint outside of the area where you're going to have your planet, because once you scrape or once you take out the layers on the bottom, they're going to show. It's going to look sloppy. So what you want to do is, like I said, find out the shape of where you want to have it. Now pick 3 colors. What I'm going to use now is a blue, a green, and a light blue. They go very well together. So what you do is also one thing that you want to consider is the first color that you're going to put, because usually in the technique that it's used to make planets, the layers are taken out. And pretty much the layers that you put first are gonna come out at the end. So let's say we're gonna put the green first. Okay, you're gonna put a little bit of green, a little bit of blue, and then a little bit of the light blue. One thing I like to do also is to add some white on top of it. It doesn't matter, the color of the plant that you want to do. When you add some white, it kind of gives it this it gives it more depth to the plant. So I always like to give a little bit of white on top. The next thing you're gonna do is grab a piece of any type of magazine paper, or this journal type paper. You're gonna cut a little piece, and depending on the pattern that you want to give to this planet, you're gonna move the piece of paper in a way in which you want your pattern to be. For example, if I put this on top right now, and I don't press the whole thing on top, I just kind of tap it around, and then what I like to do is to grab the end, pull it towards one area. It could be either towards you, or away from you, or to the right of you, and it kind of gives a different pattern. And when you lift it up, you got the pattern already done. Now it might not look like much now because it's still in the process, but I can already tell there's some lines here that are gonna make this planet look very nice. Now one thing I saw doing other spray artists, there's not many spray artists, but I've seen that many of them, what they do is they put once this is done, once the pattern is done, they put the lid on top, and then they do the sky, and then they take it out. You can do that, but it's not gonna look well. It's gonna look kind of sloppy. What you want to do is you want to make this planet look like a sphere. You want to make it look round. So one thing that really helps me doing that, or helps your planet do that, you're gonna take some black, and you're gonna make a shadow on the bottom. One way that you want to do that to be more precise is you kind of put the lid, you set it, you don't put it on top, you just set it away from the painting in the position in which you're going to want to put it, so you know exactly where you want your shadow to be. And it's about this height. Okay, once you have the bottom done, one other thing to add to your to make it look more like a sphere is the top, and you're gonna make a, since you did the dark side, the dark shadow, you're gonna use the white to do a bright shadow, So you're gonna do the same thing that you did for the dark part, but you're gonna add, you know, some bright spots like this. Now, one thing you're gonna wanna do is let it dry, because and I'm not saying like, you know, 5 minutes. I'm saying like 30 seconds. Because if the paint is too wet and you put the lid on top, the lid goes straight to the paint, and when you take it out, you know, once you do the sky and all that, once you take it out, you have all these lines around, you know, like a little kid did it. You really don't want to look like a little kid. You want to make it look like you did something professional. So okay, this looks dry enough for me. You set the lid pretty much to get, what you want to do, you know, when you place the lid, have a little bit of dark and a little bit of light, so you know you incorporate it in your planning. Now you set the lid, and you know, let's do the most basic type of what's it called, you know, environment that you put a planet in is like the universe, especially if you make a planet that doesn't look like, you know, it exists, which is cool. It's, you know, it's part of the process. But you give it a layer of black, you know, all around. And one thing that you want to do is just add a little bit of other colors to make it look like, you know, make it look like a cool universe. One thing I like to do is use this dark cherry. I think it's dark cherry. I hope so. But yeah, and what you want to do is you want to put it on one side of the planet, like for example, like, you know, this side of the planet with the dark cherry color, and then you take a brighter color, which would be just a red, like a flame red, and you put it in a little bit more to the inside of it. Okay, and then, you know, you can use what I like to use is yellow, because it kind of makes this huge contrast when you know, with the red. And yeah, I mean, like, what you might want to do is just like look up picture on Google. You know, they got everything, like any type of universe, like supernova looking thing that looks cool, you can put it here. Yeah, this is not really a good spray can, but one thing actually that you want to do about with your spray cans, try to always save your caps. Like every cap, usually if you use Rust-Oleum, which is the best brand for this, if you have caps, if you have new caps, you know, a new spray can, every time you're done using them, don't just leave it around. You wanna take a knife and scrape the top of it, like the pin where the spray comes out, because it dries. You know, if you let it stay, it dries, and then the next day you try to spray, and since the little paint on the tip got dry, it doesn't spray straight. It sprays to the right. You get your clothes dirty. You don't want to do that, you know. So what you want to do is, like I said, you know, try to keep your caps clean. Once you've done this type of thing, this universe type thing, what you want to use is a white spray. By the way, don't buy, what is this, Velspol? It doesn't even sound official. Do not buy this. They're not good. You see this spray can? It's not good. This Rust-Oleum, this is the good one. This, bad one. So, okay, just, you know, there's a few things. If you really can't find the good ones, you can use this type of spray for a few things, and one of the few things that I can use it for is stars. The way you do stars is you put this spray facing up, and you don't hit it, you know, in a strong way so that it sprays. You want to hit it very slightly so that it does that sound, you know what I'm talking about, just a little bit. And when you do that, you see, it gives it like this little sparkles. The sparkle make it look like star. Make it look like star. So okay, once you did that, you know, you might want to let it dry for a little bit, just because you know, the paint, especially on the side. Once you do something like this on the side with the reds and the yellow, there's a lot of paint there, you know, where the lid is. So you want to make it dry, because if you take it out right away and there's too much paint, it might overlap into the planet. It looks sloppy again. You don't want to have that. So yeah, this is about the right timing. And you take it out and look at that. Bam! Look at that planet. Beautiful. So you see what I'm talking about when I say with the shadow. This top layer, how it looks beautiful, like with a little bit of white. It gives it this a sensation that it's like a sphere. And the same with the bottom. You know, you could do the shadows a little better on the bottom, but it looks very nice. Like, I mean, I'm gonna put it closer to the camera, but yeah, that's pretty much how you want your planet to look. And what else can I say? Yeah, I mean, when you're doing this, like if you want to have different patterns than this one, once you lay down the spray paint on the area that you want your planet, there are a few things you can do. Like you saw me putting the paper on top and then kind of pulling it to one side. One thing you can do is just put it down and completely turn it around, or you can take a piece of paper and just skim through the paint, you know, and then lay the shadow so it looks like a Jupiter type. I think it's Jupiter, or is it Jupiter? I don't know. I never passed astrology. But anyway, yeah, that's what you want to do. So yeah, this is how you get the planets down. Thank you for watching. This was lesson 1 on spray art, how to make planets. Stay tuned for lesson 2. I think we're going to teach you how to make some pyramids. So enjoy.